Okay, somehow or another, I am just going around the house and realizing I have a lot of books that don't have a place that they can go. I have bookshelves, but they are full. I have a pile of books here on the floor. I have books over here behind the camera, and I am in the classroom just trying to decide, do I permanently get rid of books that I feel like were a huge help in the education of my children? Maybe it's me just being sentimental. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do yet, but I do feel like I definitely would like, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to just start here. I feel like this, you got to start where you feel like you can like handle it. And then I feel like this is small. I have a bigger bookshelf over there, but I need to go through and see what I can pull. Now, I can't promise I'm going to get rid of them. I may just put them in a box or in a container, not really a box, but a container, and just store for a while and go from there. If this is something you're dealing with, I'd love for you to come along with me. If you're interested in what I have, might show you some things, or if you just need to clean your classroom and get prepped for the new year, join me today and we can work together. Hi, welcome. My name is Rachel. I am a homeschool mom of 4 boys. I have graduated too. This school year, I have a 6th grader and an 11th grader, and we are on our 16th year. So I do have a lot of books. I may not have a lot compared to you. I may have a whole lot compared to you. But we all have our favorites. We all are sentimental on some of our books. But on the other hand, you get to a point in your homeschooling as your children get older, you know what they loved. And I sort of just need to be at the point where I'm weighing out what I feel like I want to keep on the shelves. So let's get started with that. All right, I have this set from Louise Vernon. Have any of you ever heard of this set? I'm actually reading one of the books. I'm trying to think which one. I know it's about Gutenberg, and it is for our curriculum. I really liked the book years ago when we first used that book, and it's a read aloud. So I thought I really like this author, and I got the set, probably off of eBay. I don't usually buy a whole lot new. Now I do, but especially sets, I try to find them used. But they are Christian historical fiction, so they're about a specific person or time and event. Okay, this one is A Heart Strangely Warmed, and it's John Wesley. So, but tell you the truth, we have not read any of these. I've had them for a while. So, I think I'm going to take them off the shelf for now, even though I just have to let them go a little bit. Can't promise I'm getting rid of these. I'll tell you at the end what I actually get rid of. And I'm realizing how dusty my bookshelves are. Okay, my son just read this book this past year, and it was really good. This is a family favorite, so I'm not ready to get rid of that. I bought several of these books. They are put out by Sterling Point Books, different things in history. This was obviously Stampede for, this is the Klondike Rush. So this must have been more the Canadian Gold Rush fever. I don't even know if anybody's actually read this. So I'm going to put this in, I'm not sure what to do with pile. My son did read this. He liked it, but it's not his favorite. Don't feel like I really need to keep that. This is a set all my boys have read and enjoyed, and it's the Raiders Viking Quest. So definitely going to keep that set. Oh, here's another one. Okay. This one, I don't think they were that crazy about. Lion to Guard Us. I'm not going to show you all these books, but I am going to like quickly go through. Maybe you're interested, maybe you're not. You could fast forward if you want. Lion to Guard Us. This was a really good book, and I feel like it might be something we have to read here in the future. I'm not sure. Courage and Conviction. I feel like this might be, this is the set that Heart of Dakota uses for one of its spines, but I'm not sure that this one gets used, but I have it. Meaning I probably have all the volumes of the Chronicle, this History Lives set. So I think I'm going to keep this one. All right. The Commandos of World War II. He likes all World War II books. I might just sort of keep those a little separate. I have a few. What Was, or Who Was. I just don't know. You can get these anywhere. So I don't know. I'm going to put them in like I'm not sure what to do pile. Vikings. This was a good book. But I can't say that we're going to read it again. I think I'll probably keep that one and pack it away. Lewis and Clark. Some of these are just good reads, but they're almost like too young for my 6th grader. So I am going to pack that one away. Landing of the Pilgrims. These are landmark books, and these are all really, is this one a landmark book? No. It's a Scholastic, but I feel like it was still really good. This is a set that I have more to already in the Cattle Rustlers. They're put up by sort of the Lord. And I don't really know if any of my boys read through them. They might have read 1 or 2 books, so I'm sort of up in the air about that one. I really cannot believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm going through these. Here's a landmark book. These are for younger ones. These two. They're thin, but this is grade 2 and up. I just feel like I've got to keep those. I don't think I'll keep them on the shelf. Here's a Whose Was, or What Was, Pearl Harbor. I might keep that one just because he is my World War II buff, my 6th grader. If you watch any of my videos, maybe you're new here, but he was telling me this morning all about why they changed the certain engines, the certain planes, and why they ended up using this plane. And I'm just listening. So there's another one. Now, I don't know. These you can get at the library, and they're really good. So I just want to suggest these to you. The Dear America books. One of my boys read a lot of these. My 6th grader now. So probably like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. I actually read one that was really, really good about a girl. I enjoyed it, but this was several years ago. So I might hang on to that. I feel like all my boys read this book. He really liked this one. Some of these I just picked up used. I'm pretty sure I picked up this one. Greatest Escapes of World War II. So I'm going to put that in his World War II pile. All right. I have a feeling this was one of the high school books, and it was not our favorite. And it might have been for the World Geography. There was a couple books at the beginning that were we just put down. So have you had to ever do that with your own curriculum? Let me know. This is a book I wanted to read to the boys, and I still have not. I'm tempted to give it away. I have somebody in mind. I might think about that. Just an Egyptian book. This probably would be more in I have a history little shelf over there of just different history books. Don't know if I need to keep this one. I like it because it is a Usborne book. I might just pack it away. Okay, Your Beginner Guide to Shooting and Archery. I might keep that on the shelf. Sometimes if you have a question about something, I know you can use YouTube or you could use look online, but you might still want to look at this. The True Tales of the Wild West. I had one son that was really into this era of history, and I actually found this Thrilling Adventures Among the American Indians book. It's really an old book, but several of my boys read through this. But I do want to keep these two. I feel like I probably just want to keep them on the shelf. Okay, so I have this book, Madeline, because I have somebody that was having a baby, and I didn't know if it was a girl or boy, and this was one of my favorite books when I was little. So I'm trying to decide, do I keep it or just... I have a friend, actually, that I think I'm going to give it to, because the person is having a boy, not a girl. My son read this. This has been around a lot. I want to keep it. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this out. It is ages 9 to 12, and he's already read it. I can't say it was his most favorite book, but I mean, he enjoyed it. I might pack it away. All right, so that was just one shelf, and really that didn't take too long for me to make some decisions. I have probably a to-go pile. I'll show you how big it is. It's hard. It's hard when it's a to-go pile. These, I know I can get at the library. These he's not crazy about, and I don't think any of my boys have been. And the Who's Was, you can get those at the library. And the other one was one we just did not care for. So there's no point in me keeping them, right? Now, the other pile was good educational books, like the landmark books. This one, which, you know what, I can totally get this at the library, but if I keep one, it will remind me I can get those books at the library. Okay, now I have quite a bit, and I'm going to go through these next shelves. I'm not going to show you everything because you will probably go crazy if you have to watch all of that in every single book. This is a huge set, and I've shared this with you on my videos before. I'm just trying to encourage you, if you want to clean off something, that even if you just take one small shelf or bookshelf, it would help a lot. So I'll show you how empty it is and if I have room to put my pile. I have my earpiece in. I'm trying to use it as a microphone. I have a lapel piece, but it has to be wired to my phone. So I'm using this. I've never done it before. So that is why that is in my ear. So I'm going to try to breeze through some of this. But this is a set I know that I'll keep on the shelf. It is the Trailblazer books, and I've talked about those in different videos. I'm actually just going to set those up there now, and I feel like there's some more. Okay, I'm going to try not to talk about books too much, but he does have this one I Survived book, Pearl Harbor. I'm just going to make him a collection and then try to decide what to do, because he does like anything that has to do with World War II. And he would probably read it again. Here's another Trailblazer. These are fun. Laugh Out Loud books. They're just joke books for kids. Like, I think I bought my boys different ones over the years. So, here's one of those, another of the arty books. Look, I told you I wasn't going to talk about it. But, these are one of our favorite. This was used in curriculum, I know, but it's definitely too young for him. I'm going to set it over here and think about it. So let's go through this a little bit faster for you. Okay, my thought process in keeping a lot of these books, even though I'm packing them away, is that my sister has asked me to save stuff. So that is one reason I'm doing that. I am possibly looking at this shelf. I actually just pulled off a pile of books that were right here, and I put them on that shelf over there because I had space. A lot of this is my son's curriculum for the school year, but then I feel like a lot of these books can go over on that shelf. Now, these are all just educational history books to up about here, and then some science stuff. And these are the books that I'm talking about. The Cornerstone Freedom books. They're just short, easy reads, good for about like 4th grade. And so I'm trying to decide, like, there's all kinds of subjects in the history. Here's one on Lewis and Clark. So just trying to make that decision there. And just curriculum and probably things I've kept thinking I might use. So up here I have a lot of the YWAM books, Heroes Then and Now, and some other books. So we'll have to see what I'm gonna do here. I have this bookshelf. I've actually been working on it a little bit, and I'm gonna try to talk, but I might over voice myself here because my husband is actually, we're all working on different things today and decluttering things, and so it's a little bit noisy outside. But I did have these history books down here that I mentioned, and I've moved them up here, and I have some other ones that are similar to it, more about specific people. They're just books, like I said, more for 4th through 6th grade. So I have a few history books left here, like Everything You Need to Know About World War II and the Civil War, our Constitution, some geography. I actually have a couple books. I probably need to move to that side because the rest is history. But I have this book, geography book from Kingfisher, and it has all kinds of maps. They could look at details and little sections they could read about each thing. Here's one, China and Japan, and it gives you the, even has dates along over here. So I actually kept this on the coffee table for a long time because I had a couple boys that really enjoy books like this. But so I do want to keep this. I'm probably just going to keep it on the shelf. I don't really know if it's looked at as much as it was. So trying to keep the history stuff over there because I'm going to start moving the science stuff over here, which I've done a little bit. There were several of these books. Like I have a lot of these books from Master Books. The Wonders of Creation, the astronomy one, the weather one, the fossil one, and a few more. And like I have this curriculum, it's actually more of an early elementary, considering God's creation. But I really, really liked this one, and I want to just leave it up here. I could share it with somebody, have books on dinosaurs, fossils, just different things like that. I think that was probably the only younger book I have. I do have this book that I still was debating on keeping, Wonders of Creation. I really do feel like it'd be a good, like if you were researching something out, you'd find a lot of information in here. It is actually also from Master Books. So, and a few other books. So I have some other stuff that I'm trying to decide if I want to keep. I have this one. Seemed like I had something else. I also have this book. I mentioned it in a video a long time ago, All Through the Ages. But inside it's pretty much history dates and books at different levels. Like it gives you a list of books for elementary, middle school, high school, things you could read aloud, research books, books you could use as spines. So it's just a lot of listing. But I used, obviously I have it tagged. When the boys were younger, that's where I got a lot of, like even these Cornerstone books, that's where I sort of discovered that, and I found them used at a local curriculum sale that they were having. So these are just things like, I feel like I might hang on to this. I need to decide on where I'm going to put it on the shelf. And I have pulled off several other things. I'm sorry, I'm deciding if I'm going to keep talking or if, because they are banging out there a little bit. But just these little guides, more of a pocket guide. You know, you can get these at the library. I have seen them at the library, but I have had a lot more of these. But like we kept the snake one because we have found snakes in our yard. Here's a rock and mineral. I had one boy that was really into rocks. Of course, we have a couple different bird guides. So trying to decide if I really need to keep these. So I'm setting them over here. Okay. This one book, I can't remember if it was this school year or last school year I was looking for it. It might have been this school year. I know it was used in one of the curriculums, but I couldn't find it. I thought maybe I gave it to somebody, but so I did find it cleaning off the shelf, and I'm going to put it with my science stuff. And now that I know where it's at, that'll be helpful. So other things, this is the Bible Doctrines book from Abeka, and my two middle ones took this online together, and it might have been the 2020 year when things were way discounted from them. And I thought, well, that would just be good for everybody. And this is actually from Generations. It was a Great Christian Stories, the literature for 7th through 9th. I think I purchased this probably when my oldest. So it's been a while. Was still schooling because he's graduated 4 or 5 years ago. Robinson Crusoe, The Holy War, and The Hiding Place. Now I still have the books, and I think we started on Robinson Crusoe, and it was pretty much just reading the book, and there were questions. Robinson Crusoe is pretty, hard to read if you've ever read it, and that's what we actually started with. And it was just hard to keep everybody's attention at that time. I think it would have helped me if I had like Audible or something then and had them read it to us and we just follow along. So I really just sort of put this away. I wasn't really impressed by the literature questions. The book choices were fine. So I don't know why. I think I've actually tried to resell this and I haven't. So I'm most tempted just to put it in my to-go pile and maybe, I don't know. I have a book place that I could try to get something for things. So I may try to do that. Some other things that I have are a lot of Bible. Like I'm gonna actually put this on the shelf over here. A complete illustrated children's Bible atlas. I think I have several of these on the bookshelf over there, and I may move some of the stuff. I'm making space. So I may move some stuff over on. I have one more big bookshelf. I'll give you a glimpse of that. I'm not going to clean that off today because I am like about done here. But the Bible Truths from BJU. I have the Old and New Testament that I need to think about possibly using for my youngest, that would be like his 7th and 8th grade year for Bible. So I'm not sure about that. But I have these then and now Bible maps from Rose Publishing. So I have a couple different ones. This is like a timeline. And they're pretty neat inside. Like this is like definitely a timeline you can pull out. So I keep all that on the shelf over here too. And then I just have more like math curriculum, all my IEW writing curriculum, and some other just things that I've used as a teacher over the years. So I'll let you peek. I'm going to show you what I have accomplished, and I'll show you that other bookshelf, which I'm not going to touch today. So I'm really sorry about all the noise, but I wanted to share this with you, and we're all working on things. Okay, I got this shelf. I feel like I got a lot off and was able to rearrange and actually pull some stuff off of the other big shelf and put over here. So I did what I can today and do some more later. I'll show you the smaller shelf and what I'm getting rid of. Okay, this is the smaller shelf. Believe it or not, I'm going to show you what I got rid of. These books, I pulled off probably both shelves, but a majority of it from this shelf. And I'm just going to pack away. I'm not going to put it in this box. I need to get a container. We have some plastic containers in the garage, so I will do that. But it's pretty deep, obviously, as deep as, a book. So, and then let me show you what is on the bigger shelf and what I'm getting rid of. This is the bigger shelf. Now, this is usually my son's curriculum, but then he puts what he's using on the cart. This shelf really needs to be organized, but I'm not going to touch it today. So I'm just going to do what I can do. So I encourage you, even if it's just one shelf, you'll be amazed. This is a lot of storage, a lot of things I just need to go through, but I'm not going to do that right now. I will do that later. I do this, probably twice a year. I go through my bookshelves and pull more things off. So let me show you over here what I'm getting rid of. Quite a few things, just books that I feel like we haven't used. This I bought, I feel like it's highly recommended, but for me personally, it just wasn't something I needed. I found this too over there from Memoria Press. It's like just the teacher's guide. And then they have all these cards. It's just like 200 questions. But I feel like we just didn't learn that way. I've had it for probably way too many years already. I just need to let it go. Oh, I don't know how this got in here, but I don't want to get rid of our chicken book. We do have chickens, and I like to have that book on hand. So not a whole lot, and I may find more before I get this to where I'm taking it. So, all right, I do appreciate you all joining me today. I feel like believe it or not, I feel like I've got a lot done. I was sort of cleaning up the classroom as I went along and got these bookshelves. Feel good about getting rid of some stuff. Homeschooling, we're on our 16th year. It's hard because I am a little bit sentimental, especially when it comes to books, but I cannot keep these bookshelves forever. I want to enjoy my boys where we are at and, where they'll be going. But there are some things that I will want to hang on to. I know a lot of moms, they save it all until they're done, and then they just open their house and have people come in and buy their stuff. I don't think I'll be to that point, but just trying to declutter it a little bit here and there, do it a couple times a year. So, all right. If you have not joined me yet, I would love for you to subscribe. And if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, and we will talk to you again soon.